Hey everyone, my name is Asif, and this is the third video on this channel where we will be creating a web app using just Claude, Replit, and some bit, of course. So the previous apps that we created, one was an image analyzer that we built on Next.js, again using Claude and Replit. And we used Google Gemini as the LLM partner that analyzes the images and provides us the output that we were looking for. And the second app that we created was a Loom alternative that can help you record screen as well as the camera to record some sort of tutorial or anything else that you would like to record on your computer. So today we are going to create another app that is going to be video to social, where we will be putting in YouTube video URLs, and the entire process will happen. And at the end of the day, we will get a lot of social posts, like one for Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. We'll also get a blog post outline. We'll also get a custom script for your own video if you're looking forward to talk about the same on the same topic. So let's get started. We are again going to use Replit as well as Claude. I've already put in the prompt that I'm going to use for this video. So I'll go ahead and explain this prompt to you. So I use the train framework, which is task, R for request, A for action, I for input, and N for nature. So basically, I just explain, just broke the instructions in various things. Like, the task is to create a Replit-based Next.js app that processes YouTube videos and generate AI content. So this is pretty straightforward. Then the request, and you look that, ready to use code. And I'm a non-coder, so I just mentioned that so that, it gives me the complete code that I'm looking for, and do not assume that I can just go ahead and replace these snippets of the codes. Yes, full code for every page and component with no placeholder. For a non-coder like myself, it can be troubling because we might, paste the code at some other place, and then, it'll end up in a syntax error or some other thing. Then we talk about the actions, like set up an Next.js app on Replit, then, do this, and then do, yes, I mentioned that we are going to use OpenAI Whisper for transcription of those videos. Then, what exactly is what we want, and how exactly do we want it to be presented on the landing page that we wanted to create, like, stylized card and whatnot. Then input is, the things that we basically would be using to build this platform, like Replit as a platform, Next.js, Tailwind, CSS, and Framer Motion, because why not some animation? Whisper API, Claude AI to, this and that. So this is the nature that we this is one of the most important part, like deliver code, clear comprehensive code with detailed explanation, assume no coding knowledge, blah blah blah. You can pause and read it. And now I do not want it to give me the code. What I wanted, do you understand? Do not code yet. I'll also add one more thing. Give me the complete file system that we are going to create, and we are going to edit for this particular project, so that we know, we can compare what exactly we want to achieve in this complete file structure with simple to remember names. Yeah, that's good enough for now. So now it just tells us that it has understood the concept of the app that we are looking forward to create, and these are all the files that we are going to be editing and adding the content to. I'll just go ahead and add one more thing, that in the Next.js and Replit, I'm not sure because I'm not a coder. The index.js that they mentioned comes as index.tsx. It's Replit, so I think the index.js would be index.tsx. And do not be intimidated by by just hearing that I know what extension they use and whatnot. I just created 2 apps and that's it. So once you start building apps, you would just understand everything. So I think this is good enough without reading it further. Let's get started with the code. Let's get started with the code. Just remind it once again. Remember to give me full code with the path. All right, so we'll give it a command so that it can start generating the content for our codes. And meanwhile, we'll go ahead and create the environment on Replit. So it is pretty straightforward. You don't have to do a lot of things. All you have to do is just create an account and click on create REPL right on this blue button, and it'll ask you for what languages or what tech stack you're going to use. So since we are going to use Next.js, I click on Next.js and just give it a name, video to social. I think it is a good enough name, and create the REPL. It'll do everything on its own. One more thing I would like to mention here: if you're on a free tier on Replit, in that case, they are pretty limited when it comes to resources. Plus, I noticed that they have some processing minutes implemented recently as well. So they are pretty limited in a sense that it'll not be for a longer duration, and they have not mentioned anything on the paid plan either. So what kind of minutes you can expect them to deliver to you. So please keep that in mind, that you might have to upgrade sooner or later to Replit core. I think we should have some code right here, and it was how many files? So one, two, three, four. I think it created 4 files, and we can ask it to continue. And it'll go ahead and write the next line of codes or next files altogether. Okay, so I see that it gave us a placeholder right here, and we just broke Claude. We'll talk about the placeholders later on when we are putting in the code. Let's start putting in the code so that we can see if there are any placeholders or not. So this path is page index.tsx. I'll not be doing anything. I'll just copy it and go to my Replit. Go to pages index.tsx. I'll just delete whatever is there and paste the code. Currently, I'm not going to do anything else. Layout.tsx, it is going to be under components. So first of all, let's copy the name because I do not want any lowercase or uppercase problem. So component, I was hoping that there would be a folder, but there is none. So just go ahead and create, is this uppercase or lowercase? Components is lowercase. Okay, and we are going to create files inside it. So I'll pause this video right here, and once I'm done pasting the code, I'll just come back. Or maybe I'll just go ahead and speed up the video from here. So this is the transcribe.ts. I want it to write it completely, so I'll just paste it here for now. And generate.ts, I guess they do have a placeholder. Both of them has placeholders. So I'll just ask it to write them completely and then continue with the rest of the files. I think I can close this one so that we have a better field of view. So basically we have the code. This is the transcribe.ts that we have to create under API. So let's put it a little here. The API is usually under pages. So you go to API, click on new file and add a new file. And then you create another one for the generate.ts. It also goes here. Yeah, it's using 3.5 turbo for some reason. I think it's for the for writing these. Then let's create the .env file to store your API key path.env, and it should be in the root. And I'll pause it for a second to copy my OpenAI. Let's see if we run it, what happens. All right, so it looks pretty bad at the moment. So I'll just, tell it that this is what I see on the home page rather than all the things that we need. I'll just simply go and paste. And probably I'll go ahead and, include the screenshot of the app as well. Now it'll apologize and give us the code that will probably fix it. Now we have the video for URL thingy. Let's go to YouTube and let's try this. Let's go here, enter the URL, click process. Now we have the video preview. Let's process it once again. I don't see anything else. Okay, I'll just put a screenshot along with what I see. Okay, I've got an idea. I think we shall create some sort of logs. Whenever you're not sure what is happening with your app, so in that case it is always better to ask it to give you some sort of logs, what is exactly happening at the backend, because at the moment you cannot tell whether the API request for transcribing the video was even sent. Were we able to extract the audio from the video, and so on and so forth. This will give you a better understanding of what exactly is happening with your project, because at the moment, if you just see the page, nothing is happening, you cannot tell whether it's even working or not, or where the exact problem is. This log will actually tell us where the process is stucking, and in the next step, if it does not work, we'll be able to ask it to include the error codes as well. Okay, so it is calling the transcribe API. How long is the video anyways? This is 51 minutes. It's gonna take time. I chose a wrong video. And probably look for a shorter video. This looks like a short video, so I'll just copy. Play it, and now you can see the processing started and it's calling the transcribe API, and we can see all the progress in the logs in our Replit account as well. Now it is trying to extract the audio from the video. You can see that this is the video URL that we entered, so probably it'll take some time. Let's see what happens. Let's supply it with both the kind of logs. So this is the backend code, and this is going to be the front end code. I sped up the video playback because the video was quite long and there was nothing new to show. All I did was copy the error message and paste it into Claude to get a solution. Claude provided some refined code snippets, and with those we finally got the app up and running smoothly. Now we were able to generate transcripts for YouTube videos along with social media posts and blog outline created automatically from those transcriptions that you can see right here. Now in the next part, we'll be making the design better. Let's stop the voiceover. Now let's ask it to design it. I think it worked. And we got this, but the page looks like 1999. Let's not use any profanities, and I also think that we did not create a few parts. So this is another voiceover because the video was quite long. So I'll just explain that we spent some time working on the app's design here. trying to make it look more like a proper web page. We went back and forth a bit, tweaking things here and there using Claude. And after about an hour of recording, we hit a snag. The recording kind of got messed up. And at that point, I decided to call it a day and pick it up again tomorrow. Now we have got a decent landing page set up that you can see at the end of the video, where you can punch in a YouTube link and app does its magic. It transcribes the video, whips up a bunch of social media posts, puts together a blog post outline, and even writes a custom script for your own videos. That was pretty nice actually. So stick around till the end of the video and you'll see how the app looks right now. As I mentioned, so we are not done yet. We'll be adding more design elements like animation and playing around with color palettes to make it pop. So if you want to see how a non-coder like you can create some pretty amazing web apps and maybe even start making some money from them, do not forget to subscribe. You would not want to miss what is coming up next. So here you can see that, I'm asking it to add the custom script that wasn't coming up earlier. So now, and again, I asked it to give us the responsive video preview. So this is the last part of the code that I did, and this is what now we have at the moment, and we'll be improving upon the design that we have currently. Plus, maybe we'll add some more features. And if you have any suggestion for this, please drop in the comment and I would be more than happy to implement them as well.